Ballpark. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Host Eric. I am the host of Talking with Famous People. Today we're going to talk about a few old sayings. Perhaps you've heard the saying, a stitch in time saves nine. Or maybe you're more familiar with, everything in its place and a place for everything. Regardless, you've identified with a couple of introverted sensing aphorisms. They're there to help us remember how to take good care of ourselves and make wise choices. If you like making wise choices and choosing wisely, then you're going to want to avoid choosing poorly. One good way to avoid choosing poorly is to put something in the same place every time. You can never make a wrong choice regarding where to put your keys if you always place them in the same location. Now let's look at this other aphorism, a stitch in time saves nine. This refers to the preventative aspect of SI. Are you aware that if your clothing loses a stitch, that means two parts of the clothing that have been sewed together are slowly coming apart? If you allow that stitch to continue to unravel, you will discover one day the entire arm of your sweater has fallen to the ground. Now, how many stitches will it require to reattach the arm of the sweater? The answer is 9. However, if you did that one stitch originally, you would not have to do any of those 9 stitches. It would be a lot better for you. That's an example of managing yourself through time by taking care of your wardrobe and utilizing sewing skills to save future need for sewing skills. And that concludes the introduction to this video, which has been performed in a instructional slideshow format. Do I have any comments from the assembled persons?
If it saves 9 stitches, then that would have to not include the original 1 stitch. So it would have to be, if you don't make the original 1 stitch, then it takes 10 stitches.
Now here we see an example. Here we see an example of TI, I believe, conflicting with SI. A stitch in time saves 9. That's the old saying, Mega Bro. Therefore, that's how many stitches it saves, always. Congratulations, SI.
Right,
Game, set, match.
It saves 9 because if you don't do the 1 stitch, you still have to do 10 stitches.
Hey, Punky.
No, Mega
Bro,
Bro.
are you the type of guy who steals children's Christmas presents? Because you sound like
it. Saves
like
9, Mega Bro. The reason it saves 9 is because it rhymes.
Instead of doing 10, you only do 1, and that way you save 9.
I see. Did I indicate something wrong in my math? I bet I did, huh? Well, math wrongness is one of my specialties. So, regardless of that, I'd like to now open the floor to other comments regarding manifestations of SI and where they run afoul of other cognitive functions, as this one just did, where Mega Bro wants to make sure that the logic of the aphorism is sound or consistently applied, and the SI person would say, the thing that matters is that it rhymes, and that's the old saying, and that's how it goes. You know, that's how we always do it. So, any other thoughts on these first two old sayings, stitch in time, and the second old saying was, everything has a place. So we haven't really gotten into that one yet.
How's my audio?
Your audio is great, Taylor. You sound like $1 million record.
Sound considerably less windy. Well, I'm not driving anymore.
Thoughts on preventative SI like that? Stitching and timing, saving nining? Any thoughts on that? If not, we'll go to plate things in their places.
I don't know if it would be apt to include what I call superstitious SI. I don't even know if it is SI. But like that thing where it's like, this has to go down the same way as it has, otherwise external things will go horribly wrong.
Yeah, my mom does that a lot. Yeah, I'm familiar with that phenomenon. And it is whatever you said it was. Or something equivalent. I don't know. So, then let's go on to the places for things. So, in my house, when Candace lived here, there was a very logical order to the place if you didn't look at it big picture. So, we had a recycling bin that was there. We had all the towels were in the closet. The toilet paper was on the top shelf of that closet. On the bottom shelf of the closet was the sheets. And anytime there was something that I would say, Candace, where's my blah? Which was like 5 times a day because I couldn't find anything. She would say, where does it go, Eric? And I'd say, I don't remember. I told you 10 times already. Those things go in that basket over there. Now, I've got baskets galore. If you look down here at this thing, this is how the house is set up in general. See all those baskets underneath the TV?
Oh, my mom would love that.
They used to, at one point, have little signs on them saying what goes in each basket, you see? That's called trying to make the universe and entropy in general stop assaulting you quite so much, which is a very noble and good and desirable outcome. Because
How?
Because one can let me put it, this is how it would best sell the ENTP on the notion that it's a good thing.
Nobility is the word that got me.
You have the most ability to fuck shit up however you want when you're feeling most comfortable, most supported, and most got your shit together. Then you can be bold, right?
You sold that very, very well.
Thanks. Now, but the place for everything, the only reason I like that, because see, the thing, I want to always change places, because I'm always trying to find the optimal system where this is as maximally efficient as possible, which means the frequency with which I use something is directly proportional to its nearness to me. So, if I use this pack of cigarettes a lot, then it should ideally be on a one of those things that the janitors put keys on, where you can pull the key, and then you open the door and you let it go, and it goes, phew, comes back to you. I want like 6 of those. I want one with my phone, one with my keys, one with my cigarettes, one with my lighter especially. Critical to always have 5 or 6 or 7 lighters, because I have this many lighters right now, which is...
Lighter leashes are for assholes.
I have this many lighters, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my sight right now. Literally 2 hours from now, I very well could be unable to find a lighter. It's very possible. So I could have lost all of these lighters within 2 hours. Somehow, I don't know how. It just happens. I lose lighters like, I'll be like, okay, don't lose this lighter. Where did it go? It's out of my hand. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. So that's why you gotta have a lot of lighters.
I'm up to 4.
You're on 4. Are we playing lighter number
Yeah, I'm on
contest?
4, but I've only. I'm just in the bedroom.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I've been, as I've been walking around the house, if I see one on the floor, I throw it in this thing. It's probably got 6 of them all together right now.
Well, it's not me who can't keep track of lighters, though. Because I didn't buy a purple one with a Playboy bunny on it. I didn't buy this one that's got sparkly tiger stripes. And I didn't buy these 2 shitty cheap ones.
Huh.
Yeah, I just got, when it comes to me, it's like, instead of lighters, it's guitar picks, and I have just an entire pile of them.
For me, it's fingernail clippers and tweezers.
Fingernail
And
clippers are the
chapstick.
worst.
I buy about 20 of everything and just leave them everywhere.
If I don't use something daily, then it's like the fingernail clippers. It's like once a week, I'll be like, okay, I need to clip my fingernails. I look in the bathroom, I'm like, it was just here.
That's
It
why
wasn't
you
just here, it was a
look.
week
They're
ago.
cheap. Go buy like 5 or 10 and put them everywhere. Whenever you remember, like where I'm usually at when I need fingernail clippers, then leave some there.
You know what else is super useful to lie around all over the place? clothespins. Clothespins. Anytime you have a
Why?
bag, well, anytime you have a bag of anything, if you want a bag of chips
Resin.
and you want to seal it so it doesn't get air in it, clothespin. If you have anything like that you want to attach to, like I'm always trying to jury rig shit, right? Like I've got this camera and I might decide I want to attach it to here for some reason. These sort of impulses overtake me periodically because I'm trying to put it somewhere and there's no good place and I don't really have it set up, so I go, well, I'll just clothespin it right here, you know. So these are good things to have around the house.
Okay.
They're like little clamps.
I find myself doing that too, where if I have sort of a spontaneous thing, like, okay, I'm gonna do that, or you know, some idea. I like leaving materials around. That way, wherever I'm at, there's something to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Now just go buy 5 more of them and put them everywhere else.
Another thing to have a lot of around, scissors. You never know when you have to cut
That's
something.
what I was about to say. I did that with scissors.
Yeah. And good
the
scissors.
the opposite, like I'd say, like the demon version of things to leave around the house is Legos. That's the opposite of what you want. You don't want Legos going out around.
Unless you're building something,
It's
what
just it is.
core do Legos serve?
Well, you'd have to be building something in every room. So you like you walk from one room and there's Lego. I'll just add it to this building in here, and then you go to the next room, you step on it.
It's not how you discover Legos in a room, Eric. How you discover them is you're walking and then it's in your foot.
Right.
And you're screaming at the top of your lungs. That's how you discover Legos.
Legos don't relate to this discussion because
They kinda
you
do,
don't use
a little
Legos
bit.
as tools
Hey,
unless you're
Speak for
building like a
yourself.
tool out of Legos.
Yeah.
does it have to be a tool? What if it's an exercise?
I don't have any Legos. So your feet are safe around here, except for the shards of bone. Those little stab in your foot occasionally.
Of your fallen gerbil enemies.
It's from get the dog bone, and she'll chew it up, but there'll be some shards left sometimes. Those will get you.
Ouch.
Yeah.
See, I have nephews living with me, so there's just shit everywhere. So that's why I related to Legos.
I got me living with me, so there's just shit everywhere.
Definitely hair ties. I agree with you. Hello world. I'm a J.
I am cleaning in here. My daughter took over these 2 rooms. Now she's gone to my ex-wife's house. And I swear, there's got to be 1,000. At least 1,000 fucking hair ties. Every crevice, every corner, every surface has got at least 1 or 2 hair ties on it. She only has 1 head of hair.
It's the equivalent to lighters.
Not at all. You don't need hair ties because your hair doesn't need to be lit on fire, nor does it need to be tied, right? But you have to have lighters because otherwise, how are you going to smoke?
I'm going.
How many lotions does Delilah have? I have a bag of lotions that I put in the back of the car. It's one of those like a not a full on like trash bag, but like a big like department store plastic bag full of lotions.
You need to get comfortable with the path. What I mean by that is, what I used to do as a kid is I'd just leave stuff covering the entire surface of my floor and just have a walking space to my bed.
Okay. I'm going to, as part of this SI video, we're going to do a little SI talk. We're going to show you guys some SI disasters, some SI wow, Eric, and some SI okay? So I'm going to show you 3 scenes, and then you guys guess which scene is good SI, which scene is medium SI, and which scene is bad SI, okay? Here we go. This is going to be a challenge.
That SI back here. Unmade bed.
All right, so I'm going to unplug this microphone for right now, so you're not going to be able to hear me for a little while.
Yeah, do you like the scary movie?
Yeah.
bottles.
Damn it, where did all 4 of those lighters go?
I just had them! I was just holding them!
That's why you buy 20.
Well, I found the 2 gay ones.
Oh, well, they work,
Then
right?
you found the ones you were looking for.
Haha. Host kid with a zinger. Are those clothes folded?
Yes, they are.
Who the fuck did that?
He did.
I call
His
bullshit.
evil twin.
I don't. I know another ENTP. His closet looks the exact same way.
See, I make sure that everything is neat before I wear it, but I don't fold it. I toss it in the dryer and
Hey, is that your daughter's room?
I hope
Yep.
she gets mad at you for doing that. That's so mean.
Completely off topic, but I just ashed, and it somehow all the way down into my ashtray that was like a good 2 feet away from where I ashed, and it was kind of amazing.
Don't you love that?
Shit.
So, what happened basically is when Candace moved out, Delilah wanted to take over the master bedroom. She wanted a bigger bedroom. I said, fine. She then went into the master bedroom. It was clean for like 1 day or 2 days. And then she started filling up with shit, trash and stuff. And then she had a great idea. I know, whenever I don't know what to do with something, some random old dirty clothes or whatever, I'll just throw it in my old room. Like, open the door and go, and just toss it in there. Like, boxes. Should I take this stuff away, like the warranty information and stuff? Gosh, I don't know. Just toss it in my old room. So that's what's in there right now. It's Delilah's, I don't know what to do with this stuff, pile of shit. But
It's overflow inventory.
Right, I made a lot of progress, and I am seriously thinking about having a garage sale, just because, why not?
I wish I had a spare room just for that.
I'll probably grow weed in there after I get it cleaned out. But the problem with that approach is it costs a lot of electricity actually to grow indoors. Growing outdoors is cheap, but it's you get 1 crop a year, you know? You put it in the spring, grow it comes due in the what?
No, somebody asked me to stop doing this. I was like, I don't know if I can.
Well, what you should do is you should grow it outdoors during the summer and indoors during the winter, and the extra electricity you're using to grow them in the winter also heats your house.
That's true. I wouldn't need to heat my house at all. But of course, a lot of days I don't need to heat my house anyway. It's hot today. I got all the doors open and everything.
He's in
But
South California. He's fine.
But if it's hot enough to not heat your house, can you still grow it outside?
No, because even though it's warm enough, the plants have this whole like seasonal thing. They're attached to it. They have belief. They're constrained by their belief in seasons. Even though I've explained to the plants that seasons are just a figment of their imagination.
All right, so I guess that only helps you in the hottest part of summer and the coldest part of winter.
They're fine in the hottest part of summer. Pot can take direct sunlight all day long. It wants it. It's just you gotta water the shit out of it, you know?
Why do you think they call it baked? It's fine with the sun.
That's let's
I'll
conclude
leave.
this
It's fine.
SI topic.
You'll never have to see me again. I'm done being host.
Can
Bye.
That was the greatest joke I've ever heard in my life. And all I'm doing, I was crippled by it. And that's why I'm stuttering a little bit right now. I'm still processing where all that genius came from. So the point is, do we have anything we'd like to conclude about SI before we put the SI topic to bed? Introverted sensing, the notion of your own self through time and managing your affairs, your body comfort, shit like that.
To backtrack just a little bit, INFJ Hello World, he asked, have you ever covered minimalism, Eric? Because I took up some minimalistic values just to get rid of some stuff, because I have a path to my bed half the time, and it's 100% of my stuff. Now I have a path to my bed, but it's only 20% of my stuff laying around on the floor.
I like the idea of it. In general, I'm a big believer in the rule that says every object you possess has a maintenance cost. It may just be later to throw it away, but it's still a maintenance cost. So, at the very least, once you possess an object, you have incurred a cost of throwing it away. I'd like to minimize the number of objects I have, therefore, to minimize the amount of maintenance costs I have incurred and continue to incur. So, as a consequence, I like minimalism. However, I always prioritize having shit I need to do stuff I want to do over that. So, the problem I have is distinguishing between whether something is actually useful or just seems promising. Like, what is this metal and wood thing that's got a hinge on it somehow and flops around? I don't know what it came from, but it looks promising. I could do something with that, I'm sure. And it goes in my can of stuff like that, which I have outside, like parts of chairs.
Do you have a pile of home improvement shit? Like you're walking through the store and you find things that would really like fix up the house and make it more efficient to live in?
I not bought stuff. I did buy some stuff yesterday. It's very rare. But the stuff I'm talking about is if I see somebody's got trash out by their yard or by their curb that's good trash, I'll stop and pick it up. You know, I got no qualms about that. If it's interesting. So it's like, what a weirdly hinged sort of object-y thing that is. I'm gonna go get that. I've got a whole fucking big metal can full of those kind of things.
You should see the album I bought today at a garage sale.
Really? What'd you get?
I don't even have an album player, and I don't even know who the fucking artist is.
You like the cover?
The cover's hilarious.
What's it called?
Whitman, something Whitman.
Something Whitman. The jazzy sounds of something Whitman.
Slim Whitman.
Ooh, Slim Whitman. He's an old-timey Western guy or something, or what?
I have no idea. I've never heard it. Never heard of him. I'll send you the picture of this album cover. He looks like the guy who'd be hanging out at the bar in a hotel lobby in Vegas. He's probably got a girl and an investment opportunity for you. and he tries to sneak his way onto your bar tab.
So interesting.
Coming at you.
Now, these guys, the minimalists, they do this podcast. You know, you say if you find something with a cool look and a hook on it, you want to hang on to it, you don't know what it's used for. They do these things called packing parties. They did it for themselves. Other people do it. But they say if something doesn't add value to your life, if you can't even see yourself using it in the next 5 days, throw it away or sell it.
Well, but see, here's the thing. What if I get value from this? I get value from going, let me look at all my shit and see what I want to do.
If you think that it's worth having that kind of fog in the back of your head sometimes, then I guess so. That's the context they put it in.
I guess it really comes down to is whether or not you're bothered
out of
by
mind. Sorry, Ken. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
So I think what it probably boils down to is whether or not you're bothered by the clutter.
Yeah, their whole concept is kind of clear-mindedness. So if it helps you have a clear mind, then I suppose by all means keep it.
Well, chances are the people
Same.
practicing minimalism like clear-mindedness or appreciate it more than having extra stuff around to do things with.
I would.
If you have a bunch of
Go ahead. Sorry, light bulb.
if you have a bunch of clutter around, you might not be aware that it's distracting you. It might just be
That's
too
true.
low down to realize.
Well, right now I'm engaged in something kind of like minimalism in the sense that I've thrown all kinds of shit and I'm trying to get a lot of stuff out of here to her house, and I want to have a big garage sale and all that kind of stuff. And I intend, in fact, probably Monday, to hire a day laborer to or two to come in here with me and basically take everything outside and put it in organized sets of things. Because it's like, I bet when we do that, there'll be, well, it's like shit that we look for and want to, and sometimes go buy more of, like Sharpies, right? How many fucking Sharpies will I have when I'm done with this? Countless, because between Delilah and me, anytime a Sharpie entered the house, it was lost by sundown, right? If it entered before noon, it was lost by sundown. So they're around here somewhere. I want to see what treasures are unveiled by these piles of crap. It's got to be, how much change is there sitting on the floor too? I've already put handfuls and handfuls in my jar of change. And this is stuff my mom always did too. She, as an SI dom, one of her favorite sayings was, "Every little bit counts," and she'd put coins in her piggy bank. And she'd collect aluminum cans. My parents are well-to-do people, but until just a few years ago, she'd still go collect aluminum cans. Huh?
Did you explain opportunity cost to her? That the amount of time she puts into those aluminum cans is basically working like for 50 cents an hour?
Well, there's another kind of opportunity cost that, Taylor, that you and I are not likely to think of very often, and probably most people don't think of either, which is, if you are collecting aluminum cans, you're not spending money on something else. All right? So because she spent a lot of her time doing free shit, like collecting aluminum cans, the aluminum can payoff was whatever, but she probably wasn't aware of it. I suspect the actual payoff was she had structured her life so that she did shit that didn't cost anything all the time.
That's like cutting off your nose so you don't snort coke.
Not if you're an SI dom, because they like the familiarity. They like the comfort and security of knowing that they've got their piggy banks and they've got their recyclables and they've got multiple layers of defense against the uncertainty of reality, right?
Well, she's not losing any money, but she's not making any money with that time.
If you throw away your time wasting cans, you have no defense against reality, because if a financial concern hits, you aren't making any money, and your inventory of cans is not going to save you.
But if I told you guys, instead of this story, that she'd spent that hour sitting down and watching TV, none of you would have a problem with it.
Yeah, but there's the picking up cans has an implied logic that's flawed.
I'm telling you, that's not the logic behind her picking up the cans. She enjoyed the identity affirming process of being frugal. One of her favorite words, frugal. Got to be frugal. To this day, she tries to feed me shit that's like 3 weeks out of date. My whole life.
God damn it, that must be an old person from South California thing, because my grandma does the same thing.
She's been trying to kill me with that shit for years.
It's like you walk in and she's like, "Here, have a snack," and it's like the ass end of some cheese and a few grapes, everything that's about to go bad.
Right. Or I'm like, do you have any cream for the coffee? Sure. Mom, you need to throw that shit away. It's still good. It expired 2 weeks ago, Mom. That's just the sell-by date. If it even nudges the sell-by date, it's in the trash for me. I don't fuck around with that, you know.
I don't like the day before.
Right.
My
Because
my
what
mom's
if they're off a little bit? What if that milk is actually
My
What the sell by?
my mom's
Go ahead, Ken. Sorry.
pretty much resigned to. I'll try to ask her, "Hey, do you think this is still good?" And she's always like, "Well, you just if you don't think it's good." I'm like, "Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm asking you, whether or not it's good." But the thing is, what she typically tells me is that things are good even after the expiration date. That's mainly what she
typically
tells me.
that's
Except for at least she's reasonable with things like meat. It's a bit different when it's like. Try to think of an example. Like lettuce or something. Like
Can anyone
spinach.
smell milk though? Because whenever
was
someone
about
says,
to
"Oh,
say.
just smell the milk, see if it smells sour," all milk smells sour.
No, it
If
doesn't.
you're-
I can totally tell by smelling milk. I can tell
Oh,
how
it
close
does
it is.
though. It so smells sour. I can't tell at all.
I can tell. I can tell you like if it's new milk, medium milk, late medium milk, or too old milk, just by smelling it for sure. It doesn't actually smell sour. It smells sweet until it gets all the way sour. That's how you know it's getting old.
Well, right. So there's degrees of and without a control milk to refer to, I don't trust my.
Well, when you grew up in the house I grew up in, you either developed a sense of milk smell, or you drank bad milk or something. It's like
Not all the children made it in the House
Yeah.
of Strauss.
I say I'm an only child.
I
All of my other
several
children died
siblings
of
way
food
back in the
poisoning.
day to the milk famine that went around. We all got milk gave us all consumption.
What you doing there?
I'm drawing. I'm gonna carve this out of wood, right? A T and a W, but I'm trying to draw it on here first. The W, I'm trying to put it behind the T, but I think that's probably a bad idea. Fortunately, I could just go on the other side. I don't know. I'm not good at drawing pictures and shit. So
You're gonna have a big WT.
I want it to be TWFP vertical, right? Like F goes here.
I know you're going for talking with famous people, and you're ending up with white trash.
I gotta carve it out. I got a jigsaw yesterday. I bought a jigsaw. You want to see my jigsaw?
Yeah, you should look at your phone first though, and check out the Slim Whitman. All his pimping glory.
I will. Let's end this episode. Thanks for watching Talking Fans People, and please, for the love of everything holy and good, get some cottage cheese and mail it to Taylor.